Okay, here we are in Shirati Champion. Shirati Champion is the destiny for Rangers, and it incorporates a lot of powers from the Feywild. Um, you don't need to have the Feywild expansion. That's just a flavor of the tree. Uh, Looking at the first core, Faith Favor, you gain ranged power, spell points, force and universal spell power, and a +1 epic bonus to spell DCs. What does this tell us immediately? That melee is not part of this tree, and if you are playing a melee, you would likely not benefit much from this tree at all. Most of the people who would play this tree would either be a spellcaster or a ranged, whether you are a thrower or an inquisitive or a great crossbow user. Any spell casting DC or DPS would probably benefit from this. Your mantle is called Prism, and that adds extra damage whether you are doing ranged or spells. And then you can change the type of damage that you can do. I selected light damage because light damage is nothing that I'm using on a sorcerer right now as a fire sork. So I didn't want to boost it at all in any way. I have double rainbow. Anybody who's used the old Shirati knows rainbow, double rainbow. It's slightly different now, but the gist is the same. Random things can happen. So I was able to purchase everything in the tree for 52 points. So this tree is pretty good. It has a lot of abilities, and let's get into checking out what they are. So the first thing I want to do is take my mantle, because remember, in this new system, we have one mantle that we can have active, one epic strike that we can use, and that puts all the other epic strikes on cooldown, and then one epic moment. And you can only have one epic moment because it is a tier 5, and you can only select one tier 5. You could put points in other mantles and other epic strikes, but you can only ever have one active at once for mantles, and you can only use one epic strike because that puts the rest of them on cooldown. So you need to pick. So here's the mantle for Shirati Champion Prism. And you can see that added a bunch of buffs to my buff bar. There's the Prism Mantle that gives me bonuses on attacks. This is the Fey form, Stay Good. Now I have extra light damage, and there's the double rainbow. I gained a couple of abilities. This one is called Pin. This is my epic moment. This is inexorable advance. For 30 seconds, I gain a whole bunch of ranged power. And this is a healing ability that I get in Shirati that is tied to my having wild empathy charges, and they give you wild empathy charges in here. Like I said, Shirati Champion is the ranger tree, so if you have more wild empathy charges, you would get more of these. But this heal is an AoE, and it puts a vigor on you. You can see the range, so if you wanted to cast that on the party, it is the normal spell, Greater Vigor, which is positive energy, so if you had undead friends, it wouldn't really benefit them. And this is the Epic Strike. We are going to go into Giant Hold with my throwing dagger and experiment on some of these monsters to see what these strikes can do. Now, I am a Fire Sork. This is a +1 Ghost Touch ethereal throwing dagger, so it's not going to do much damage. We will see this. I have a pin, so I should be able to pin this character right there. That did not pin him. He made his saving throw, but we will try our epic strike, which makes my next shot 75% more damage and 16% critical range. That's very similar to Adrenaline in Fury of the Wild. It's almost, I would say, it's an identical, except it is the ranged version of Adrenaline. And you can see it greatly increased my damage. I'm normally doing you know, very low damage to these guys. Now what I want to do is see if I can pin one of these. So there's the pin. He saved versus the pin. Oh, but that one worked. That worked. So I have the pin upgraded, and it does basically it adds a dance, like it's, you know, it puts an autos dance on them if I can hit the DC. Now my DCs are not the best, but that one was I rolled a 20, and so that hit him, and he's dancing, and you can see he's dancing for quite a while. So if that were a champion, you know, a nasty champ, if you were in Reaper, you could use that and do a 16-second dance on a champion. And so here's my see if I can pin that guy. No, he made his save. And I keep debuffing them with this track, so it basically lowers their AC and fortification. You can see my Epic Strike greatly increases my damage. Every attack I make has a % chance to proc Rainbow and stay good. So the more I throw, the faster I shoot. If you're on a ranged build, the more arrows that you get out, the better. And if you're on a spellcaster, magic missiles, you know, the old Shirati caster, magic missiles would proc this effect. There was a good effect on that. So you can see, even though I'm using a level 1 throwing dagger, my damage is... He saved versus the dance. But my damage is not awful. Now, would I take this character built like this into Reaper 10? No, I would probably instantly die. But, you know, it does add some options, you know, for someone who is on a ranged build. You can see I just did a lot of damage to that guy. And I have nothing put into range at all. My DCs to hit the dance are low. There's my heal. Oh, the heal isn't bad. And, you know, it's vigor, so it's hot. What else can I show you? You know, my Arcane Tempest is force damage, and it likely would benefit from my double rainbow. There aren't enough mobs to walk into it. Let me see if I have... yeah, I don't have Magic Missile. Magic Missile would be the real test to see how well this was proccing. So this is a dragon. I can fight the dragon, and we'll fight the dragon. So the dragon's going to land. And we'll see how we do. So what I will do is I'll put the Arcane Storm on the dragon and see if it procs any. Not seeing it. There's my attack there. That was a big hit. There's that. I'm going to use my epic moment. This is my epic moment. And you can see I am doing a lot of range damage in my epic moment. I'm hitting this thing for thousands. So definitely your DPS is greatly enhanced by that epic moment. Let's see if I can find another monster to hit. Yes, you can see that. That is a very impressive epic moment, considering that I'm using a level 1 throwing dagger on a fire sork, and I'm able to hit things for thousands. This is a normal instance, but still. It looks like Shirati is very, very powerful for ranged, and probably would also be good for a spellcaster, whether you did a force using old school Shirati caster or whether you were on a warlock. Because remember, every time the warlock aura ticks, or every blast that you make as a warlock has a chance to proc this Shirati. So if you were doing a warlock cone, any monster hit by that cone would have a chance to proc the Shirati, double rainbow, and the stay good. So warlocks would probably benefit from this as well. And let's see if I can get that. Yeah, that worked. So if you also did like a traditional throwing build, there's a lot in there. A lot of fun in there. There's a lot of other little neat things. I'll let you guys experiment, but you get spell DCs, you get a favorite enemy for the Fae, you get more enchantment DCs if you want them. This feat here, Watchful Eye, allows you to search actively without searching. If you run by a secret door, for example, and you have a high enough search, it would just show it to you. It's a really helpful skill. And the Audience with the Queen, every time you rest, you gain benefits when you wake up. There's a bunch of cool stuff in here, and it's not that expensive to get all of it. 52 points. Join us for more. I plan to do lore videos for each quest in DDO, as well as the raids. Plus, I will be releasing more Session 0 videos for DDO on topics such as player character races, the religions of Eberron, the Last War, and the Mournlands, the Dragon Marks, the Dragon Marked houses, and much, much more. Click the like button if you enjoyed this video. Comment down below. I like interacting with other players. My main tune in DDO is named Mary. I am on Sarlona. I also have a guild on the Hardcore League. My guild is Death Smile. Please say hi if you're on either of those servers. Subscribe to see more Adventure AI content about DDO, Dungeons & Dragons Online, and gaming in general. I also play Star Wars The Old Republic. You can join us at Adventure AI on Discord. Check us out on Twitch. Check us out on Twitter. You can go to our Patreon and become a patron of the channel, where you would get access to all of the scripts, the images, the music, the videos, as well as behind the scenes, and the ability to request topics for me to make future videos. Thanks very much. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope your adventures go well.